So, Justin, let's talk about Paige Stoner a little bit. She was active last night, had that dominating performance. This start gets pushed up 4 hours, so you lose a little bit of recovery time. Your morning is shuffled. How does she come back on such a quick turnaround with this crazy schedule today because of the weather?
I think with Paige, the way she would kind of bounce back from last night's performance is just to completely disregard it all. Kind of forget about that you already won a championship in the steeple. I think it's in her best interest because I personally know her, and I know she's a very competitive girl, and I think she's going to kind of put that steeplechase aside and focus on this race as if she's trying to win her first ACC championship again.
And I would agree with that just from the statements that she made last night. I think the steeplechase was over when she finished that interview, and she said, now I'm going to move on and go after that 5K. So that her statements reflect exactly what you said, Justin.
And David, her young sophomore teammate Dickinson is out there. I just spotted her. You see her trailing in that mid-pack of runners, so she's back out there as well for the Orange.
At that 1-2 punch for them last night in the steeplechase, very impressive.
You have Stoner and Dickinson, the steeplechase 1 and 2 punch for Syracuse. Harris, the 1,500-meter runner, 800-meter medalist for Notre Dame in that pile. Mercheva, the Olympic marathon runner. Everybody chasing Jacqueline Gaughan as Stoner starts to make a move. And let's not forget Dominique Claremont for North Carolina State. Even though she's in a tough position physically right there, she's able to shoulder her load and get some space as she tries to split that sandwich right now of Stoner and Gaughan.
Dominique Claremont has run on the rail for most of that race. I think she was actually very comfortable in there. There's no worry to get out of there if you're not being jostled. She wasn't being jostled. I never saw her have to break stride. Here's the move. Here's the move. Is Stoner on the move? Who's going to be able to cover this move? Dan O'Brien pointed out to us there was a yellow flag out there. There may have been a violation somewhere. We don't know if somebody stepped off the inside of the track or if there was undue contact that we didn't pick up on the camera, but this race may very well be under review before the final places are decided.
Less than 800 meters to go. Are you surprised to see Stoner make the move now?
I'm not surprised. You know, Paige is a very strong runner. She's very accomplished in the steeple all the way up to the 10K. And if you look back to where she made the move, they were actually coming up on lapping an athlete, and I think that was a tactical decision that she was waiting for.
So Stoner increasing the lead. David, let's pose this question of that trailing pack. Who could close it the most successfully here in the final 500, 600 meters?
Overall, Mercheva has the most strength out of that group, but I don't think, honestly, that there's anyone in that group that can catch Paige Stoner right now unless Stoner falters. Stoner is just so strong this year and so ready to go even at 10,000 meters. I mean, she's number 2 in the NCAA at 10,000 meters, so that deeper strength is there for her, and she ran easy. She was comfortable early in the race. There was no strain, and now she is just putting the pedal to the metal and taking charge here to try to win her second title of this meet.
Final lap, Stoner with the lead for Syracuse. Her young shadow right behind her in that number 2 spot, and Laura Dickinson. The Orange 1-2. Could we have a repeat of the steeplechase?
Jackie Gaughan now still battling.
Stoner wearing that number 5 with the lead, continuing to lap more athletes. You see in that backdrop her teammate Dickinson in the number 2 spot. What an effort once again by Paige Stoner as she enters the final curve and into the straightaway for Syracuse. Less than 24 hours after winning the steeplechase, she digs hard. Here comes Claremont of North Carolina State. Pretty good race for second right now with Dickinson and Claremont, but it's going to be the Wolfpack.
Gaughan is in second.
Gaughan holding firm for Notre Dame, and it will be Stoner across for the Orange. Claremont's kick won't be enough to catch Gaughan. Dickinson fourth for Syracuse.
Just like another double winner in this meet, Rachel Pokratsky, when the move came, it was decisive, a decisive move. She went for it, it worked, and she's a double champion here.
What a move. She definitely worked. She executed her tactics very well in this race.
You're absolutely right, Justin. She found herself in that spot. They were about to start to lap runners. We saw her do the same thing indoors. It kind of breaks stride for some of the other runners if they try to go with her and they weren't ready for her move, and she just took off. Paige Stoner really having a great ACC championships and sealing her legacy as one of the best female distance runners in the ACC now and definitely leading the way. Talk a little bit about her history and where she stands in all-time Syracuse running.
I think Paige is definitely the best girl we've ever had come through our program. We've never had a girl that's been as consistent as she has been, freshman year all the way out throughout her senior year.